Calvin Castine at the annual Northern Adirondack FFA Fair. It's more than just a dairy fair. This is part of the dairy show that we're looking at right now. It's just begun, though, I believe. That correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I did get here on time then.
You sure did.
And who am I speaking with?
Katrina Ellis, the Northern Adirondack FFA advisor. Today we've got the dairy show going on, and what the judge is currently doing, making the kids to tie a slip knot. That's important when you show an animal, due to the fact that if you want to get a calf out of a scary situation in a quick amount of time, you pull the string and it should slip just like it's called a slip knot.
So if you have an emergency like a fire, you'll be able to get that animal out of there in a hurry.
That is correct. Now she's starting to set the animals up, and these are the older kids, the oldest kids that I work with, and we're starting them first so the younger kids can basically watch the showmanship classes to pick up some tips and things like that.
Okay, roughly how many do you have participating today overall, do you know?
For the cattle show, I think there's approximately 25-30 kids. For the rabbits and smaller animals, there's quite a few. I don't know the exact number.
Okay, this is what, your third year or second year?
Second year.
Second year. Last year you had the nice big surprise for us, the runaway heifer. Do you have some big surprise for us this year?
Not yet, and I hope that that's the way it will stay. But tonight is we have the banquet at 6:30 tonight as well, so you never know what can happen between now and 6:30 or even after banquet starts. So.
And those who saw the heifer run away last year, it was what, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks later that she finally decided to come back?
Around that. I think they caught it, the school fair was May 19th last year, I believe, and they caught it Memorial Day weekend, so approximately that.
Well, she was none the worse for the wear. She survived, and the story ended happily.
That's correct, and that's the great success we want to hear.
All right, Katie. So you as nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof today, or are you taking this in stride?
I'm just taking it in stride. You know what? The kids have worked hard. The weather wasn't great yesterday. I got wet more than once, but you know what? Today the weather's great. It's beautiful out. We can't ask for anything better.
Okay, I know you've got a ton of things to do, so unless you've got something you really want to tell us, we'll let you go.
Not at this point, but maybe later.
Okay, thanks, Katie. Okay, we are going to impose on the lady in charge of the booth here. No, I don't need you to read it on that mic, just on my mic.
Oh, on your mic.
Yeah, well, you just. Do you need her right now? I'm okay. And your name?
Courtney Trudeau.
Courtney Trudeau. I've certainly said that name once or twice over my coverage of sports here in Northern Adirondack. Tell us who the judge is, Courtney.
Our judge today is Christine Sheasley Rosler. She grew up showing jerseys and ashiers and is still active in their family farm, Cowbell Acres. Christine graduated from SUNY Morrisville with a degree in dairy science. While there, she was a member of the dairy judging team, which went undefeated at all the fall judging contests, including the World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin. We would like to give a warm welcome to our dairy judge today that has traveled from Canton.
All the way from Canton, Ohio or New York?
New York.
New York. I thought so. Or China, I suppose. But she came from Canton, New York. In the ring at the moment are Lauren Carter, Miranda Kaye, Michael Coons, Danielle McNeil, Cassandra Nichols, Carly Sorrell, and Amanda Sorrell. Looks like the judge is going to line them up over that away from us, just to make life miserable for us, I'm sure. We'll have to see if we can get a different angle here. We have relocated. We haven't shot from this angle before. Get a northerly view of things. Looks like she has put Lauren Carter in first place. At least that looks like the back of Lauren Carter's head over there. And Miranda Kay in second. And Coons in third. Sorrell and McNeil. Nichols and the other Sorrell I'm not sure of. Now McNeil is being pulled out. She has a black animal. So I'm not sure if they are with their original animals or not at this point, because the McNeils usually have Ashires or Ashires, as Don says. I've always grown up with the word Ashire, but Don McNeil insists it's Ashire. This is the senior showmanship, 16 to 18-year-olds. Next will be 15-year-olds. And then I'm not sure if there'll be a runoff between the top winners. And we'll move to the junior and novice. And we'll have a junior showman, champion, and reserve. And then on the program here, they show a master showman, which would be the senior and junior winners in a ring, competing with each other. Also a little challenge getting pictures of the participants as they are in the shade and there's light beyond them. Let me see if I can help matters here. It may wash out the white clothes of the participants, but we'll probably see their faces better and their animals a little better. Judges do more than judge. They generally talk to the participants, find out what's on their mind, and often offer words of advice. And sometimes when they're talking to them, they want to know what the student knows about their animal. Is lining them up again. Also good turnout here, but the weather is so good today that they expect a lot of the general public to show up. Looks like Danielle is wrestling with her heifer here. should always know where the judge is, and you line up your animal. You see the feet. Here we have a dairy cow with its udder pointing toward the direction of the judge. And if you have a dry cow or a heifer, you set the feet differently, but you always set them up according to the position of the judge. Where the judge is how your cow or heifer or calf should be set. Because the only view that matters is the judge's. She has lined them up again. That's because she has lined it up doesn't mean she's made her mind up. So the advice is not to relax. Don't relax till it's over. At this point, it looks like McNeil, K.A., Sorrell, Carter. And showmanship is the animal and how the animal is presented. Earlier today they had the beef. Before we got here it was the beef. Let's see what the beef cattle showmanship. Okay, I'm sorry to learn that I missed out here. I want to mention, let's see the names here of those people who were involved. Ethan Musso and Tyler Pombrio. I don't see either of those in the upcoming event. Shelby Pombrio, I don't see, yes I see her name. She will be in the next group. Carly Sorrell is in this group. Although this is supposed to be 16 to 18, Carly Sorrell was listed as 14 and older, okay, in the other group. And let's see, looks like Ethan Musso is the only, and Tyler Pombrio. Now Ethan Musso will be in the novice. So Tyler Pombrio might be the only one who was in that first group that we won't see in this next group. To my recollection, having a beef cattle showmanship class and dairy cattle showmanship class is a new wrinkle. I'm not aware of that in the past. It's possible that it's been that way. I just wasn't aware of it. But so our apologies to Ethan Musso. We'll try to get him. Oh, he is in there. Of course, not. I guess we're not apologizing to Ethan Musso. We're apologizing to the other guy, Tyler Pombrio. So we'll try to get Tyler Pombrio somewhere along the line if we can. But there were only 4 names in the beef cattle, and 3 of them are in the dairy showmanship also. She's giving a good talk to everybody in line. We'll move the camera over a little bit more here. Okay, she is letting them know that the slipknot competition that we actually didn't get is part of the her decision here. So she's letting them know that. There's Miss Ellis over here. We talked to earlier.
Can we have a round of applause for our senior showman, please?
She's letting them know that that slipknot was an important part of her decision.
The young lady in first would lead that Holstein heifer out. She's fitted just about to perfection, with the exception of the inside of her ears need to be cleaned a little better. This young lady is the only one in the group that knows how to tie a slip knot. I don't care who you are or where you are, if you're going to be showing an animal that can go running off onto the midway or onto the soccer field today, you need to know how to tie your animal with a slip knot that can be untied quickly, but will prevent her from running away. I feel very strongly about this, and that's why the young lady in first has won today, because she's the only one in this class that knows how to tie a slip knot. The next 3 girls made an attempt, a very futile attempt, and it sort of looked like a slip knot, but it wasn't quite there. The young lady in first over the young lady in second based on her general knowledge. She was a little quicker on setting her heifer's feet up. She's fitted a little better than the cow in second. Showman in second over the showman in third. A little quicker on setting her feet up, knew where I was, and I think she was a little more knowledgeable when we had the Jersey heifer in here. I asked them to convince me to buy her. And I think she had a little more knowledge about different breed characteristics and being able to speak about the cows. The young lady in third over the young lady in fourth with the Jersey. The Jersey wasn't being very cooperative today. Not quite as quick on setting her feet up and not quite fitted as well. And she wasn't exactly sure which class she showed in. Great showmen down the line. I've talked to each one of them. I want them all to have blue ribbons, if that's okay. And let's bring our next class in the ring.
All right, she only talks about the top 3, so the others she talked to individually. So the top 3 finishers all get blue ribbons, and then I'm not sure what if it's red or white that's next. But you can have a situation where everybody gets a blue ribbon, but you have only one winner, and you can have a situation where you have a winner, but no blue ribbon. The blue ribbon is something you earn individually.
Jocelyn Gregory, Emily Lashway, Lauren Musso, Kelly Normandin, Shelby Pombriel.
And Beth Trombley. For senior showmanship, Danielle McNeil got first and Miranda Kaye was second.
All right. In this group, 15-year-old. Now we got the old slip knot thing here. Let's get in position to see the slip knot. Is that a slip knot? Oop. No. 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 I think this was a surprise quiz here on the slip knot. I know how to tie a slip knot. Whether it passed the judge's inspection or not, I don't know, but it's very handy to. You can't. No, that's not a slip knot. That sure as heck ain't a slip knot. My guess is this is a surprise quiz here. These kids had no idea it was going to be asked. Sure, Miss Ellis, get right in front of me here. Thank you. Well, I guess we're not going to see that slip knot. That looks like a good slip knot. Look at that, huh? That would pass my inspection. That's the way I would have done it.
Allison Goss, please see Mrs. Ross. Allison Goss, a reminder to students with overdue library books, you need to take care of that. Candace Abel, James Alexander, Megan Armstrong, David Brink, Sadie Gillette, Guy Gilpatrick.
I have to untie it.
Kevin Nolan, Shane Trudeau, Barry Trombley, Alicia Vincent, Dylan Belair, Matt Henderson, Andrew Juno, and Lauren Trombley. Please get those overdue books back to the library.
All right, kids, you heard it. Get them overdue books back. It's been on hometown cable now, so everybody knows now she's not going to pass the slip knot. She'll never make the Boy Scouts. Okay, we have 6 contestants in here, and they are Jocelyn Gregory, Emily Lajoie, Lauren Musso, Kelly Normandin, Shelby Pombrio, and Beth Trombley. Beth Trombley had been crossed off my list, but apparently she decided to get in here after all. 2006 FFA Dairy Fitting and Showmanship. It's got to be 4 or 5 years ago. Homer Bushy's last year. He called me up middle of the morning, said, nobody called you. Dairy show is today. Can you make it? So I dropped what I was doing, tied up a few loose ends, and rushed down here. In the middle of a conversation with him on camera, all of a sudden I'm asking him a question, and he says, "They're here," and he was gone. Right in the middle of talking to me on hometown cable, Channel 5 showed up for the first time ever. He took off, completely ignoring that I was talking to him, and ran after them and pandered after the Channel 5 folks. So, nothing that happens to us since then will match that. We know you're watching this too, Homer, so just to let you know we haven't forgotten. In fact, we remind him of it every time we see him. And Emily Lajoie getting the grilling here from the judge. This is the second day of June. I haven't mentioned that part yet. 2006. my grandson Abram's 4th birthday. We haven't mentioned that part yet on tape here. We got to mention that Abram's birthday. And we've had all kinds of rain all week long, and finally a dry day. So when we leave here, our plan is to go do 3 championship softball games, the A, B's, and C's, and hopefully get back here tonight in time for their FFA banquet. We know we won't get here for the banquet part, but hopefully for the program that follows it. But that's going to be very dependent on the 3rd game of the day starting on time and moving along quickly. And the number 1 event on my priority list for that time period is going to be covered by my bride Judy, who is going to cover the confirmation at St. Mary's and St. Patrick's, and that allows us to cover the softball and come up here for the FFA banquet, hopefully. Judge checks on cleanliness and asks the participants a little bit about their animal and situation in the Mideast and whatever else comes to mind. White animal, as we point out every year, is a lot harder to get clean than a darker animal. So if you've got a white animal up there that looks clean, this one here is pretty clean this last year. Or is that a Guernsey? That's probably a Guernsey. What's it an ash here? All right, these are the 15-year-olds. Not much to see here, so we'll wait till the judge makes her decision, and we'll pick up again on the camera. Again, according to the sheet that we were handed, I think I called no, I didn't call the judge. The judge is Christine Sheasley Rosler. I don't think we've mentioned the judge. According to the sheet we have here, the top 2 finishers in this 15-year-old category will compete with the winner of the 16 to 18-year-old, the 2 winners there. That'll be up next. I'll say one thing about this judge. She's very deliberate in her judgments here. We are over 45 minutes into this program, and we've only had 1 group come all the way through, and we're still deciding on the 2nd group. So it's she's very deliberate, but it's a lot of responsibility. This is it for the kids. They have the fair at the Clinton County Fair, but it's not like as I've pointed out in years past, it's not like a sports season where you play a game today and you got another one tomorrow. Well, this is it. They got this, and then they got the county fair, and that's it. Having them switch animals to look over, find things right or wrong with the animal you're taking. Set the animal up properly. Miss Ellis will be selling fertilizer. If you want to help the program here, just give her a call. She'll bag that up. That'll cost you about 15 cents for the bag of genuine NAC FFA Fair Day heifer manure. One bag for 15 cents. Can't go wrong. She is lining folks up, but this doesn't necessarily mean she's made up her mind. Or she may have made up her mind. As she walks around, you continue to work that animal.
Each one different things that they can do to improve on their showmanship skills. Again, I think that it's important that you know what to do, but it's also important to know why you do it. Each one of the girls, when they took another animal, they walked around the outside of them, and they all told me that it was because they wanted to make sure that the animal was clean. Well, not only do you want to make sure she's clean, that should be almost the last thing from your mind. You actually want to see what there is to do when you are showing this calf or this cow as a showman to show her to her best advantage. If you've got a heifer that you're taking that's a little weak in the loin and high in the tailhead, you want to know what you want to do in order to improve on that while you're showing that animal. I think that they did a really nice job. I told each of the top ones to make sure that their ears are clean when they come back in for Master Showman. So let's bring those Master Showmen back in the ring.
For the 15-year-olds, Beth Tremblay is the top finisher, and Kelly Normandin in second place. Now we have the two from the 16 to 18-year-old senior showmanship class, Danielle McNeil and Miranda Kaye. And these four will compete. Judge shouldn't take a lot of time here. We've been over an hour getting the first two that we've taped completed. The 15-year-olders both have calves. And McNeil does have a Holstein. That's a heifer, a big heifer. And a cow here for
Our
KA.
senior showmanship, 15 years old. First place was Beth Tremblay and second place was Kelly Normandin. We are now doing overall senior showmanship. Would junior showmanship be on deck? This would be Bethany Drown, Jonathan Lajway, Kristen Normandin, Michelle Silver, Brandon Tremblay, Allison Goss, and Abigail Spinner.
Looks like she's ready. And she'll probably go with the 16 and 18.
Overall senior showman, I'd like to have a round of applause for the four young ladies in the ring. When it comes down to our overall senior showman, I think that we've got a lot more experience in these top two senior showmen. So if you bring your Holstein heifer in, you're going to be our overall senior showman. And the young lady with the cow is going to be our reserve overall senior showman. These two had the right answers to the couple of questions that I asked, and there's no point in running them through all their paces because I think they've been through them a time or two before, and they certainly deserve the title of overall senior showman.
All right, McNeil and KA, as expected. And even though a big animal can be tougher to control because of their strength, the judges are usually more impressed with a big animal than they are with a small one.
Our overall senior showman was Danielle McNeil and Miranda Kaye with reserve. They will be receiving trophies tonight at the banquet. With junior showmanship, please enter ring.
As we've already mentioned, this category, junior showmanship, Bethany Drown, Jonathan Lajoie, Kristen Normandin, Michelle Silver, and I believe Brandon Trombley was scratched. So look out. Look out. I don't know if she got hurt. She says she's okay. Look out, this calf calf is ready for the rodeo.
We spent like 10 minutes up at that window today.
We got 5 participants. We might come back with a different animal. So Trombley apparently is here, so wait a minute. I see 6 people here. So I think we've got an extra person here I'm not aware of. I've got 5 on my list, including Brandon Trombley, so we're going to have to find out who the extra person or persons is or are. Okay, there are 2, count them, 2 extra ladies in here. Allison Goss and Abigail Spinner. And Brandon Trombley is in there somewhere, along with Jonathan Lajoie. Then there's Bethany Drown, Kristen Normandin, and Michelle Silver. There's also small animal show. There's other animals around the grounds that I hope to be able to look at, but if this judge doesn't speed things up a bit, I may not have time to look at all the other stuff going on here. A lot of other activities. They have games. They even have a dunking booth, and some of the teachers are being dunked. I can't imagine a student willing to put up money to dunk a teacher. I can't imagine that, but kids are doing that here. The sun is very strong at the moment. I'm in the shade, trying to stay out of the sun. It's very strong sun. I'll probably be in the sun all afternoon, taping the softball. Last year, for the first time in about 20 years, and I mean that literally, I think I started taping 4-H in 1986. For the first time in 20 years, we didn't tape either the FFA or the 4-H showmanship at the county fair. The main reason was the barn there, just over the years, has just become dustier every year. I'm not sure if they are using more hay and straw and less sawdust or what, but when I get done taping them, I'm in bad shape with my asthma and hay fever, so I just don't intend to cover them in the future. I apologize for that, but they're inside in the dairy barn at the county fair, and my asthma and hay fever just can't put up with it. So that's the main reason why I didn't cover them last year and don't really intend to in the future, unless something would happen that would make for a less dusty barn. The other reason is it's such a pain to try to get the county fair every year to let us in there and give us credentials. You got to jump through all kinds of hoops to want to cover their events, and you never know who to contact. They're just not very media friendly when it comes to hometown cable. Although for years, when Bill LePage was the manager, we right up until 1997, when the year Bob died, we always did a county fair preview. But as time progresses and Bill LePage has less and less to do with the county fair, their knowledge of hometown cable just seems to get less and less every year, and just don't need the aggravation. I got plenty of things to do rather than try to convince them that they should give us a pass to cover their events. We are watching junior showmanship at the moment. Next will be novice showman. So the top two finishers here will take on the top two in the novice for the junior showmanship category, and then after that we'll have Danielle McNeil and Miranda Kaye back, and we'll have the top two junior showmen competing against them for the master showman title.
With novice showmanship be on deck, it's Shelby Ledoux, Ethan Musso, and Tyler Nephew.
Can we have a round of applause for our junior showmen? These top three showmen, I think, in my mind, they could go either way on any given day. A little more experience in those three, I think. A little quicker on the halter. Their animals are a little cleaner. A little more knowledgeable about where their feet go and why, and setting their animals up and have their animals looking good every time that I looked at them in the ring. Just picking hairs, I've gone through each one and told them what they could improve on. But a really nice class of junior showmen, and I think in a couple of years, even these young showmen down at the end of the line are going to give the seniors a run for their money.
Junior showmanship was Kristen Normandin, and our second place was Bethany Drown.
All right, Normandin and Drown, first and second in that category. They'll be back. While we're waiting for the novices, I guess, the novice category participants to enter, there's a small animals group, and the people have these animals spread around the grounds here.
Press complete.
And we'll mention some of the names of the kids who have brought them. Steve Parrott, Forrest Carpenter, Amanda Agony, Jocelyn Gregory, Matt Kent, Jonathan Lajway, Jennifer Lieber, Miranda Kaye, Allison Goss. Some of these names are repeats, so I'm trying not to repeat any more than I have to. Amanda Agony. Let's see. Elena Garrow, Peter Eastman, Leonard King, Kristen Brunel, Chad LeBombard, Troy LeBombard, Frank DeCoto, Shannon and Allison Davis, Elizabeth Dumas, Kayla Finley, Corinne Gardner, Craig Gardner, Jocelyn Gregory, Allison and CJ Hull, Misha Kent, Tessa King, Jennifer Lieber. I know we had a Lieber. Was it Jennifer earlier? Yep. So we're not going to mention Jennifer Lieber's name again. Natalie Miller, Patrick Miller, Nicole Morrow, Lauren Musso, Kristen Watts, and I think we've already mentioned Jonathan Lajway. Meanwhile, back at the ranch here, Shelby LeDuc, Ethan Musso and Tyler Nephew are in. These are novices, their first time out there. FFA Ag Fair 2006 on Hometown Cable. Got to keep that animal lined up according to the judge. It's a tough category when there's only 3 of you entered, because you got first and second get honored, then all the others are the also rans. So here, first and second will get honored, and there'll be only one person to not win. Usually it's a little easier if you got 5 or 6 people who didn't win, and you can share the pain. But there's only 3 of you. There's only one that's going to be left out of the top finishers. Everybody getting a blue ribbon this time.
Let's have a round of applause for our novice showman.
3 blues, but only 2.
I've gone through and talked to them individually. I think we have a little more experience in the young lady in first. Her calf and her seemed to dance together. Every time I looked around the ring, she had her eyes on me, and the other 2 young men just need to pay a little more attention to where the judge is and set their feet up a little quicker. Nice, classy young showman.
All right, Kristen Normandin and Beth Drown will return, or Beth Drown, I guess. I thought it was Beth Tremblay. No, Beth Tremblay was senior championship. Okay, Kristen Normandin and Beth Drown coming back in to compete against the top two here. We haven't heard the word yet. Obviously the girl was Shelby LeDuc, who just won the novice, but I'm not sure who the boy was. It's either Ethan Musso or Tyler Nephew. Alright, we've checked with Courtney Trudeau, and it's Ethan Musso who's the boy out there. This is the junior showman, and the top two finishers here will stick around. And
we have 4 individuals in the ring for our overall junior showman, and I think that these novice showmen are really great showmen, and I think that as they come along and the more experience they get, they're going to give these 2 girls a run for their money. I think it's going to be real easy for me to name our junior showman first and second place, our overall junior showman. Have a round of applause.
Alright, and those 2 ladies will stay in the ring and compete against K.A. and McNeil for the Master Showman.
Third junior showman was Bethany Drown, and they will receive trophies at tonight's banquet.
Normanton, the winner, Drown second. And I'm not sure. I don't see Carter and McNeil. I don't know if they're coming back or not. Oh, the old slip knot trick here. Learning how to tie a slip knot. Something that my father taught me, at least 50 years ago, I guess. There we go. Here comes Danielle McNeil and Miranda K.A. And well, out of this foursome, we'll get the Master and Reserve Grandmaster. Tying the old slip knot. Did Miranda practice? We know Danielle can do it. Did Miranda practice while she was out of the ring? That may have been the difference in first and second place. So if she learned how to tie a slip knot, she could pull a big upset here against Danielle. All right, judge is out questioning the ladies. I'm not going to concede anything. It'd be highly unusual if the top 2 finishers weren't the senior showman. But according to what the judge said when McNeil and K.A. were out there the first time, tying the slip knot was the big deciding factor for McNeil in her win. So now if K.A. knows how to properly tie a slip knot, could she wrest the title of Master Showman away from Danielle McNeil? Oh, the tension, the excitement here only at the NAC FFA Ag Fair. All the elementary students are able to get out and look around on this day, so I'm sure they look forward to it. Those I don't know if there might be a few in the FFA program that are actually competing with the smaller animals. But all the kids get to come out from the elementary school and get to come up here and enjoy the annual Ag Fair every year here at NAC, put on by the FFA.
This is our final showmanship class. I'd like to thank everyone for doing such a good job and bringing out your animals and doing such a nice job with showmanship. We could have a round of applause for these young ladies. I think my master showman was easy. This young lady would pull out her Holstein heifer. Our senior showman is going to be our overall master showman today. It comes down to the other three, and I'm really picking hairs on this. And actually, this young lady with the Asher cow, she can tie a slip knot. And the young lady that beat her in junior showmanship said she could, and she didn't quite do it. So I think that I can justify placing this young lady with the Asher cow as our reserve master showman. Let's have a round of applause.
The old slip knot. The old slip knot trick. So a junior showman moves into reserve. Miranda is going to go home and practice her slip knots. That's the showmanship portion. We're going to look around at some of the smaller animals here for a few minutes before we head out for softball. Before we look at the young animals, we want to point out that the redhead there, Danielle Tremblay, was listed in the program as the judge for the beef showmanship that we didn't cover because we arrived here too late for that. So we didn't get to see Danielle in the ring as the judge, a veteran here of the local FFA chapter. Alright, the sign says animals are for looking only, no touching. All animals must remain in cages all day or else. The authorities. Woohoo. NAC School Fair. This must be some of their underwriters. We've got some doves on display. And a rabbit. A couple of geese. Or are these ducks? These are ducks. These are ducks. And they're very tame. We have a rooster here who's wants everybody to know he's here, I guess. Well, we got lots of cage, nice new cages here. I'm trying to figure out where that rooster is. There's a chicken there. Alright, I don't see a rooster. He must be hidden somewhere. And these are nice cages, but they make it tough for us to see in them. Now outside we've got some goats. Everything here but green alligators. They got long neck geese, humpty-back camels and chimpanzees, but no green alligators. More goats here. Whoops, in the midst of youngsters. We have two guys caged up with their goats. And we have a horse over that away. Looks like they do have the horses running over there. I know in years past they have had a competition. Not sure if that is going on today or not. A heifer here who says she'd like to have some shade somewhere. And a few calves here, and it looks like a goat right there. So some nice patents put up here for the annual FFA Ag Fair. We got a pig. Very tame pig sitting there with the cage door open. And looks like Dragoons Farm Equipment has sent down a couple of pieces of equipment. Activities everywhere to interest young and old, and this is open to the public. So next year, if you're looking for something to do, generally it's right around this time. Last year was a little earlier. It was in middle of May. This year it's back to the time it usually is. This is June 2nd. So it's usually right around this time. It's always been on a Friday since we've been covering it. And as we said, everybody is welcome. They sell a few food items. There's a couple of games. They usually have Bossy Bingo and a few other games of chance. And all proceeds help the FFA Ag program here at Northern Adirondack. So that's it. Hometown Cable's coverage of the 2006 NAC FFA Ag Fair. And if you're wondering what NAC FFA spells, it spells a lot of fun and a lot of education for a lot of kids. Thanks for watching, and for those of you who support viewer-supported Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw TV worth your support, Hometown Cable. Sean will start his leg. Cougars have increased their lead. This will be the final handoff. Chong to Noggle, and out. Seton runner says, I don't think I'm going to win this one. One lap to go. One leg to go. And we'll keep the camera running, so just to show how big a lead the Cougars have here. Cougars were over 200 meters ahead. And this, I believe, will conclude it. So we'll wrap up the second track and field event at Northeastern Clinton Central School and Seton Catholic. You've been watching viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw, TV worth your support. I think. I'm pretty sure that concludes today's event. Thanks for watching. Let's see. This girl was told one more last time she came through. Mistakenly. Alright, I got our girl trying to, boy said she will not overcome. Have our girl winner. There's our